Hey, how are you, Danny?
I'm doing good. How are you guys?
Doing very well, my friend. Is Zoe in here?
Yep, there she is.
Okay, sweet. I don't
Okay,
know if I can see her
okay.
for
Yes.
sure.
All right, I remembered Eliza, but I had a hard time picturing your face until I seen you. Okay.
There you go. Sweet.
All right, so how are you guys doing?
Doing very good. Yeah, no, it's been a good night for sure.
It's
Just had a nice little eloquent dinner, and
well,
here I am.
it's been a
Uh,
very stressful night for me. I've been trying to get everything ready, trying to get everything situated the best I could. I was working off nothing, but I got a pretty good setup going now. So,
Nice. That's awesome. Good. I'm glad. Well, thanks for having us, by the way. This is really cool.
oh, thank you for coming on here. I was watching. I was asking my brother, which unfortunately couldn't join us. It was too late for him,
Okay.
kids. And I was like, bro, wouldn't it be crazy if I asked him? I mean, the worst they could do is just ignore or say no. And then you answered, and I was like,
Sure.
okay, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm always down. I'm always down.
Yeah, I appreciate that a lot.
Yeah, of course, man. Of course.
All right, I'm good now. I just needed a moment. I'm get really nervous talking to people.
No, no. Is Zoe in here? I feel like I can't see her for some reason. I'm sure
I'm
Zoe says
here.
hello. Oh, hey,
Hi.
Zoe. Oh, hey.
I'm here.
There you are. What's up?
Hi. Nothing much. Nothing much.
All right, nice.
But yeah, I was mainly talking about the slasher verse, but I did want to ask you about something really quick.
Sure.
I Googled you to
Mm-hmm.
figure out all I wanted to
Oh, you Googled me. That's never wrong. Okay. Yeah, go for it. No,
I
what did you find?
said you worked on this one called The Unseen in
I
20.
did.
Okay.
Yeah, I did work on the unseen.
I was
Yeah.
scrolling through and I mean I didn't have enough time to watch them, but looking through them, that one looked definitely interesting.
Thank you.
Uh,
Yeah. No, that one is. I love that movie. It's a really good horror suspense that we did 2019. Yeah, it was really cool.
yeah. Yeah, because is it on anything? Is it on anywhere?
Oh, it's funny because I don't think it's on my YouTube, and I've been meaning to kind of post it. I just don't know when the right time is, but yeah, I'll post it at some point because it's actually one of my favorite shorts that we did. Um, but yeah, and I'll send you a link for sure.
All right, cool. And yeah, but the slasher verse you said, hang on, let me get my the rest of my notes. Thought I was more ready than what I was, but I really wasn't.
Oh, you're fine.
Did a scare fest in Kentucky, right, where you showed all of them as
Yeah,
well.
we did.
How was that? I seen y'all met a lot of the fans and got to interact with all of them.
Yeah, no, we presented all five movies at Scarefest, and it was a really fun experience seeing horror fans kind of watch these movies on the big screen, and it was really kind of surreal and wonderful and a little bit scary as well because you never know how they're going to
Oh
react. But
yeah.
it was a good time. We loved it. Yeah, good experience.
And what was the goal like into the slasher verse? Like, what did you want to like put into it yourself?
Well, I wanted to challenge myself first of all because I've never done movies like slasherverse
Yeah,
ever, and those are some of the movies that I grew up with, slasher movies like Jason Voorhees,
yeah.
Michael Myers, Freddy Krueger, and I said, I've done all these movies in like the last couple of years, and but can I do a slasher movie? Can I do like a really proper horror movie? And I just thought it'd be really fun. I thought it'd be really fun to get a bunch of actors together and like a big team, and then to present these movies at Scarefest, and then to also show my followers on YouTube that we can do something drastically different. So it was, mostly like I wanted to challenge myself to see where it would lead. And I met so many amazing people along the way, and it was a really fun experience.
Yeah.
So,
One thing I must say, you covered just about everything like anybody could want, and the best part is you did it in 20 minutes or less. Like
yeah.
the longest episode was what, like 22 minutes?
Yeah. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Like most movies need an hour and a half to establish that, and y'all did it in 20 minutes, and y'all absolutely killed it.
Thank you, man. Thank you. That means a lot. That means a lot. Thank you.
Yeah, but I think personally my favorite episode, and I wanted to ask you what y'all's favorite episode was too. I think mine's probably the going over. I really like the first one, the Nightmare on Elm Street. It was
Hmm.
it
Yeah, it's
the
solid.
yeah, the jump scare at the end was the one that made me jump. Like that one actually got me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
when
No, it's sick.
you really think she's safe, and then the claw comes jumping out of her chest. You really weren't expecting that at all.
Oh, for sure. I was really adamant about that kill, because
Oh
there's only one kill in that movie, so it had to be epic. It had to be really
yeah,
cool. So there was a lot of expectation for it, for sure. And my personal
yeah,
favorite is Texas Chainsaw. Out of the five that we did, I think Texas Chainsaw was just the one that, first of all, took the longest time. And it's more my style of movie, just in general, because all these movies are different styles, and Texas Chainsaw was just one that I was kind of, it's not that Leatherface, and that's not like that's my favorite villain, because it's not, but that just happened to be my favorite story within the universe we were trying to tell these tales. And yeah, it just happened to be my favorite one, and it's the last one. It was also the longest one. So, and I think, well, Zoe was in Halloween and in Friday the 13th, but Zoe, what was your favorite one out of the five?
Um, I don't know. I really liked all of them because they were all kind of like so different from each other. So it's kind of hard to compare them all, but I also really like Texas Chainsaw because I just think it was so crazy. I really didn't know anything about the Texas Chainsaw movies, so I didn't know what to expect. And I think the way that like there was two killers in it was really cool
Yeah.
because, well, three, I guess, at the end there
Well,
too.
four, if you
Oh,
really think.
okay, four. But I was talking about Freddy, but four if
Yeah, yeah, no, for sure.
the whole thing, if the you
Yeah,
watch the whole thing. But I just think it was super cool and like watching Bailey in that, especially like scared the crap out of me. I was not prepared for
yeah,
her to like go that hard. It was so good.
for sure. I agree.
yeah. Mm. What else? Wait, I think I had something else on my phone. I was like so ready for this until like 5 minutes ago until you actually
Oh no.
messaged me back. So sorry about it. And it's my first interview I've ever done. So
Hey, you're doing great, man. You're doing
yeah,
great. Thank you for having us on your first episode. This is exciting.
yeah, very exciting. And I'm
Yeah.
just glad I don't have no screaming kids this time, or usually it'd be like screaming kids
Oh,
in the
really?
background. So
Oh, well, there you go. Perfect timing, right?
but
And I apologize. One of our actresses couldn't make it. She, was a little under the weather today.
oh yeah.
So all
So
good.
what's next for the channel? You got anything big you're working on that you can let us in on? That's a big question I wanted to ask. Didn't know when I could break it out.
Yeah. It's funny because a lot of people have been asking me that all day today, and I've been kind of avoiding the question directly. Um, but yeah, no. So yeah, next year we're doing several projects. We've talked about obviously doing a Slasherverse season two because we kind of teased it at the end of the first one. So that's certainly always a possibility. The door is open for that. But right now we're going back to the Wizarding world. So last year we did the Mudblood films, which were Harry Potter fan films. And at the beginning of next year, I believe we're going to try to do another Wizarding World movie called Sirius Black and the Escape from Azkaban. And it's a massive one episode take on just Sirius Black and that character in general. And that's kind of where we're headed at the moment. And it's going to be pretty epic, pretty big. And I think it's a lot of our fans, a lot of our people that follow us are big, huge Harry Potter fans. So I think it's going to be something that's going to really resonate with all of them.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that because that was another thing I was looking at. The Harry Potter was like very, very big. I don't remember where I was reading it, but it was like millions of people were into that. And like
Yeah,
I'm not a big Harry Potter fan. I just couldn't get into it.
sure.
But I mean it's
Yeah. I
obviously
mean,
seems to be working. So
it's certainly fun. It's different, it's fun, and it certainly has grown all of our social medias and our channels, and we thought that there was more stories that we could tell, so we're gonna do it, and it's gonna be good. And the whole crew is very motivated. They love doing these kinds of movies. They're very challenging, but very rewarding once we put them together.
yeah, another question. What was the hardest thing to film out of all 5 episodes? The hardest scene to film itself?
Oh, oh, that's actually a really good question, Danny. The hardest thing to film. Wow. Okay. Oh wow. Okay. I honestly, I guess the hardest thing for me, and the thing that I was most adamant about, was making sure that the killers looked like they were the killers in the original movies. I didn't want them to look hokey. I didn't want them to look fake. I wanted them to look very realistic and very much like they belonged in like the cinema. Like you'd go into a theater and that would be the killer. You know what I mean? So every time we would start preparing the next episode, I needed to make sure that each killer looked the part, and I think that was very challenging, costume wise, finding the right actor, making sure they moved in the way that the killers actually moved in the original movies. So it was a very big process, and I think ultimately I was very happy with the results.
And man, I had another question, but I completely lost my train of thought.
Oh, you're totally fine.
No, I was wanting to ask, man, I had it and then I was listening to you talking, and I was like, man.
No, it happens.
But really, I was worried about this for real.
Oh no, no, you're okay. You're okay. You're good.
Hang on.
Do you have any questions for Zoe? I know she's dying to answer some crazy questions.
Yeah, see, I really thought I had it all planned, because what I did was I was like, all right, I sat down with my wife. I was like, I need
Yeah,
help writing, like taking notes, so I'll actually know what to say in the moment. Because that's the worst thing I'm bad about. So I need to focus myself.
oh no, you're totally fine, dude. Trust me. I mean, and plus you get to cut it together however you want to, later for the podcast. So, you know.
Yeah, but Zoe, he said that he really liked Texas Chainsaw. You said you didn't know a whole lot about it when until now. So, what was your favorite? Were you into horror movies as a child? Is what I should ask first.
No, I actually drew the line at like shark movies. I was like, that's as scary as I'm gonna go with anything. And then I was asked to audition for this, so I did. And I was originally supposed to be in Scream, and I was like, okay, I can handle that. It's not super scary. I watched the Scream movies, loved the Scream movies. And then I ended up being in Halloween, and that was 10 times scarier for me. So I did watch Halloween. I did watch the new Halloween. I branched out. So like I guess I don't know. I didn't like them at first. I was too scared. But then kind of being on set and understanding what it's like to film it and getting the behind the scenes of it made it a lot easier to watch them afterwards, for sure.
Definitely. Agreed.
Yeah.
And you did a great job, Zoe. I was so impressed with you. That was Zoe's first acting role ever, by the way, Danny. This slasher.
Yeah, you really couldn't tell. You did a very good job.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I had only ever done extra work in Mudblood actually. And so my anxiety going on the set was like through the roof, but everyone was so nice, and those were some of my favorite like memories ever, just being on set and filming, and the whole like community of everyone it was so nice.
Yeah, see, that's I did it again. Completely just did it again.
No, it's all
Um,
good, man. It's all good.
yeah, but unfortunately, like I said, my brother couldn't be here. But we're working on the podcast, and just my goal is to just bring it to, like you guys are doing, bring it to a screen. I mean, I can't make movies. I'm not good in any way in that. But that's my goal, to just reach people, to like get people into horror, because like horror is like making a big comeback right now.
Yeah,
Like did
definitely.
like everybody's saying this was a really good year for horror.
Yeah, it was. It really was. And I'm glad
But
we released these slasherverse movies during this year.
what did you guys think of Halloween Ends? Y'all both seen it, right? You both watched it?
Yeah, we did. Yeah. Zoe, what did you think?
Yeah.
I um I don't know. I didn't see any of the ones in between the first and the last one. So I didn't really know the story. I did like I personally liked the new like concept of kind of having a new kind of killer introduced, it was really gory, and I didn't really like that. And I like get that that's like horror and it's gory, but I'm just like, no, it was really, yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Was
No, yeah, I think it was interesting. It was certainly, I can see why people didn't like it, but I can also see why people liked it. Because the story I thought was unique, but for the finale of a series, it, you know, certainly not the best way to end a series. It would have been a good middle movie, I think, like a middle chapter.
for sure. Like there's 40 years behind that timeline, and they're gonna end it in like what 5-6 minutes.
Yeah, yeah,
And
exactly.
like
So
it was definitely more disappointing for me because Halloween is like my all-time favorite slasher. Like that's like
right.
the main stuff I got. I got the
Yeah, I see it.
yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome. No, I feel it, man. Yeah, it could have been a lot better. I agree.
Oh yeah. And I mean, see, it seems to be like the people that don't know the Halloween as well, like Zoe said, like she likes the introduction of the new killer. A lot of people said that, like the newer people that wasn't as invested in the Halloween. But I understand that completely. A lot of people are talking about that's the new timeline. They're gonna bring Corey back as the killer.
I mean, that's interesting. I don't know. Could be interesting. I have no opinions on it just yet.
Yeah, but
But
about the slasher verse, I have it wrote down, but to be honest, I don't know what page it would be on because I have like pages and
oh,
pages. But
sure.
who did
Sure.
all the special effects makeup?
Oh, the makeup was this guy named Ron George. He was one of our special effects makeup artists. He was really talented. I had I'd worked with him several times before, but this was the first time that we done like a slasher movie together, and he just killed it. He was awesome. So yeah, props to Mr. Ron George, who kind of showed up every day to make it look crazy.
Yeah, that was one thing I definitely wanted to ask about because it was. See, sitting there watching those, like thinking of those as fan films, like there's a couple ways you can tell they're fan films, but like they're the acting's great. Like
Thank you.
you would think you're just watching a feature film, but then it cut off like really early and you're like 20 minutes long.
Yeah,
Like
and that
so
was the point. Yeah.
for people that don't have time to sit and watch a full movie, I think it's great. I think you did awesome.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It means a lot.
I wish I could really think of more questions.
Oh no, I mean you've asked some good questions so far. Yeah, no, yeah, these have been
Yeah,
good questions.
yeah. I was very
Uh,
nervous and I was like, Destiny,
And you did great, man.
I can't do what
You
I'm
did
doing
great.
right now.
You did great. You know, you just cut it together and make the pieces fit. It's it's a solid piece.
Yeah. But I definitely appreciate you guys for coming on because most people wouldn't take the time out of their day to come talk to somebody like starting from the bottom because like this
Hey,
is
you gotta start
first
somehow.
episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, most people are like, yeah,
Sure,
I'll do it when I'll get
sure.
confused out of it.
Yeah, well, you gotta start somehow, and I, figured why not give someone a chance, and that's how you get going. That's how you get started. So, yeah, and thank you
Yeah,
for having us. I mean, it's really
Yeah.
cool that we're on the episode.
that's what I was talking about. I was like, y'all, what if I get over here and like it's trolling, he ain't gonna show up. I'm gonna look so dumb.
Oh no, all good, buddy, all good.
But it was definitely great. The slasher verse is amazing. I'm so ready to see what you have in store next. It's gonna be
Thank you.
I already know it's gonna be great. So
Thank you, man. That means a lot. That means a lot. Thank you. We'll keep working hard to make the next thing that we do, just as good as Slasherverse. That's our goal.
and when I work on the whole interviewing thing, I would like for you guys to come on and for me to not make a complete fool of myself this time with
Of course, buddy.
stuttering
We'll
and
come back.
forgetting.
We'll come
Yes.
back. No, for sure. Definitely.
But yeah, thank you guys very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Danny.
Thank you.
Really appreciate
Yeah.
it. Thanks.